Welcome back to the Deep Dive. This is the place where we dig into huge stacks of research. We're talking articles, expert notes, scientific papers,
Yeah.
and we pull out the essential, actionable insights you need to live smarter.
Yep.
And today we're jumping into a topic that I think for a lot of people feels just huge, overwhelming. But the sources we found, they really prove it doesn't have to be. We're talking longevity and wellness.
That is so right. And we've got some really fascinating research here, all centered around this idea that the path to a life well lived isn't about, massive sacrifices or these punishing routines.
Right.
We're looking at excerpts discussing Longevidad y Bienestar, which is all about simple habits for a better life. And our mission today is really focused. We want to cut through all that complicated, exhausting wellness noise.
The cold plunges, the 50 different supplements.
Exactly, all of that. And instead, we're going to identify the simple, gentle, everyday habits that actually create real, sustainable health improvements over time.
And the thing that it really jumps off the page from the start is this understanding that long-term health isn't about some sudden dramatic overhaul of your entire life.
No, not at all.
It's more about building a really solid structure, right? Like brick by small brick. And crucially, what we're aiming for here for you is not just about adding more years to the clock.
Exactly. That's what makes this so powerful. It kind of pivots the whole definition of longevity away from this abstract idea of just hitting a big number, like turning 90.
Right, some far-off goal.
And it focuses so intensely on the quality of your life, starting right now. Longevity, in this research, is all about having high energy, mental clarity, and, this is the big one, functional independence.
So we're talking about feeling good tomorrow morning.
Yes, not just in 40 years. That immediate payoff, that's the thing that actually fuels you to keep going.
Okay, so let's unpack that right away. That shift in perspective, we're sort of redefining wellness here. Because if you only see longevity as this distant thing, it's so easy to just get overwhelmed and give up.
It's totally liberating. You're free from this idea that you have to sacrifice all your happiness now for some, hypothetical benefit way down the road.
True wellness is about making today better.
Yes. Optimizing your day-to-day so you're active, you're engaged, you're not in pain. If the habits you're trying to build make your Tuesday morning feel worse, they're not the right habits for longevity.
I think it really helps to actually visualize what aging well even means to you personally.
Yeah.
Is
it?
Having the strength to go on that backpacking trip you've always dreamed of.
Or maybe mastering a new language.
Exactly. Or for a lot of us, it's just having the energy to play with your kids or grandkids without feeling totally wiped out.
Yeah.
When the motivation is about freedom and capability, it stops feeling like a chore.
And that leads us straight into one of the most compelling ideas from all this material. The body's quick response system. It's really incredible.
A quick response system, what does that mean?
The research suggests that your body registers these small, positive things you do with, honestly, shocking speed. And it's that instant positive feedback loop that makes these simple habits stick.
I love that emphasis because I think we all expect health gains to be this slow, invisible process that takes months to notice.
Right, but think about this signal and response loop. When you make a massive punishing change, your body sees it as stress, but a small positive change, it sees that as maintenance.
Like giving it the right tools.
Exactly. So you eat a meal full of real nutrient-dense food. The benefit is almost immediate. Your blood sugar stabilizes faster. You avoid that inflammatory spike you get from processed stuff.
And your gut is sending signals to your brain, right?
It is. Your gut is talking directly to your brain, and it's sending these signals that say, hey, I'm satisfied, I feel calm. It's like a little neurochemical thank you.
So it's not just physical energy. It's your brain saying, that was clean fuel, here's some mental clarity, and a better mood as a reward.
Precisely. And we underestimate the power of these gentle signals. You get a little microdose of dopamine when you do something simple and positive. Drink your water. Small win. Stretch for 10 minutes. Another small win.
And those little wins build on each other.
They build the psychological infrastructure that makes you actually look forward to doing it again tomorrow instead of dreading it.
Which completely flips the script on this idea of needing to be extreme, which the sources also call out as a huge pitfall.
It's the crucial counterpoint. I mean, wellness marketing is all about extremes, isn't it? High-intensity workouts every day, complicated fasting, 50 supplements.
Yeah, it's exhausting just thinking about it.
It is. And the sources are so clear on this. If something makes you feel exhausted or full of dread or chronically stressed, It's working against your longevity.
Because that stress response itself, that constant trickle of cortisol, is one of the main things that speeds up aging.
100%. Your body doesn't know your 2-hour workout is good for you if you're miserable doing it. It just registers stress.
And when it's stressed, it goes into survival mode.
That's it. It spikes cortisol, it increases inflammation, it shuts down anything it thinks is non-essential, like digestion. So if you force a habit that your body signals as punishment, you are constantly fighting your own biology.
So the magic is in being gentle
Mm.
and consistent.
Sustainability beats intensity every single time. If the habit doesn't feel like a gift to your body, it just won't last.
Okay, let's get practical then. Let's talk about the gentle power of morning routines. The sources lay out 3 steps that are so simple they almost feel insignificant. But their combined impact is huge.
They're powerful because they're simple. They get rid of decision fatigue right at the start of the day.
Okay, what are we?
The core routine is 1, drink water the moment you wake up. 2, get sunlight on your face. And 3, a gentle stretch.
Let's break those down, starting with water. Because I think for most people, the first thing they reach for is their phone or coffee.
And look, it's a deeply ingrained habit, we get it, but water is foundational.
Why, though? What's happening in the body?
Well, think about it. You've just gone 6, 7, 8 hours without any hydration. But your body has been working hard all night repairing cells, breathing, detoxing.
So you wake up dehydrated.
You wake up in a state of mild dehydration, yes. And when you drink water first thing, you're rebalancing the fluids in and around your cells. It's like pouring oil into an engine that's been running a bit dry. It instantly improves cell function, nerve signals, and gently wakes up your whole digestive system.
And that's critical for your brain too, right? That morning fogginess.
Absolutely. The brain is mostly water. Even mild dehydration messes with your focus, so hydrating early is it's a non-negotiable for cognitive longevity.
Okay, number 2.
Right?
Sunlight. We live in this world of screens and indoor lighting. Why is real sunlight on your face so important?
This is that direct hack into your body's master clock we were talking about. You have these special cells in your retinas that are designed to detect blue light,
From the sun?
specifically from the morning sun. And when they detect that bright natural light, they send a signal straight to a part of your brain called the SCN.
And that signal does what?
2 crucial things. First, it slams the brakes on melatonin production. It basically says, okay, time to wake up, be alert. And it kicks off the production of cortisol, which should be high in the morning, and serotonin.
So you're setting yourself up for an energetic day.
Yes, but here's the real kicker. You're also setting yourself up for better sleep tonight.
How does that work?
By giving your brain that sharp, bright signal in the morning, you create a bigger contrast with the darkness in the evening, and that allows your body to produce melatonin much more efficiently when the sun goes down. It's a proactive investment in your sleep quality.
It's amazing that something so simple, something we evolved with, is still the most powerful tool for this.
Mm.
And okay, the third one was a gentle stretch.
The gentle stretch is a physical signal to your nervous system that the danger is over, that it's time to calm down. After hours of being in one position, your connective tissue, your fascia, gets stiff.
I know that feeling.
We all do. So a simple stretch, even just reaching your arms overhead, or a gentle spinal twist, it gets blood flowing, it improves mobility. It's like physically telling your body, thank you, and warming up the system for the day.
I can see the domino effect now. A little water, a little light, a little movement. You've already lowered your stress, boosted your energy, and set the stage for better sleep. And it's not even 8 a.m.
And importantly, you haven't used up any willpower. These are so low friction they become automatic, so you can save your mental energy for the real challenges of the day.
That's a great transition to what we actually put in our bodies. Because if the body responds to signals, then food is the literal raw material it's using.
Exactly. The source material is it has this beautiful simplicity to it. And eat real food.
That cuts through so much noise.
It really does, because no matter what specific diet someone follows, the one thing all longevity research agrees on is prioritizing foods that are minimally processed, foods that still look like they did when they came out of the ground or off the tree.
So that gives you a really clear metric, doesn't it? How close is this food to its original form?
Perfect way to think about it. If it was made in a factory with 40 ingredients you can't pronounce, it's probably working against your goals.
The research gave a specific list, too. The real powerhouses.
It did. The essential building blocks. We're talking leafy greens, berries, olive oil, nuts, especially almonds and fish.
Okay, let's get into the why. Beyond just they have vitamins, What are leafy greens actually doing to, say, reduce inflammation?
Okay, so greens like spinach or kale are full of micronutrients, obviously, but a big one is vitamin K. We know it's good for blood clotting, but it's also crucial for bone health and preventing your arteries from calcifying.
Which is a huge part of cardiovascular
A
aging.
huge part. They also have a ton of folate, which your body needs for DNA repair. But the unsung hero might be their nitrate content. Your body converts those nitrates into nitric oxide.
And nitric oxide is what relaxes your blood vessels.
Precisely. It's a vasodilator. It improves blood pressure. It improves circulation. Keeping your vascular system healthy is a massive piece of the longevity puzzle.
Wow. Okay, that's way more than just eat your veggies. That's deep cellular maintenance. What about berries?
Berries are basically the elite cleanup crew for your cells.
I like that.
I mean, just living and breathing creates these waste products called free radicals, which cause oxidative stress. It's like your cells are rusting from the inside out.
And that's what accelerates aging.
That's a big part of it. The compounds that give berries their deep blue and red colors, called anthocyanins, are amazing antioxidants. They go in and just gobble up those free radicals.
So they're actively protecting your cells, especially in the brain.
Especially in the brain. They're one of the few foods that consistently show they can protect the blood-brain barrier and support neurological function. Berries are the brain's best friend.
Then there's olive oil, the cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet. It's not just any fat.
No, not at all. And we have to specify we're talking about high-quality extra virgin olive oil. Its main fatty acid is something called oleic acid.
And what does that do?
It actively works to stop your LDL, the bad cholesterol, from oxidizing. That means it prevents it from getting sticky and forming plaque in your arteries. It literally makes your blood vessels more flexible.
So the quality of the oil you're cooking with is directly impacting the health of your artery.
It's a direct link. And speaking of fats, nuts were on that list. Specifically almonds, as a quick hunger saver.
Why do they work so well for that afternoon slump?
It's the perfect combination of macros. You've got healthy fats, a good amount of protein, and fiber. That combo means the energy is released really slowly, which keeps your blood sugar stable.
So you avoid that crash.
You avoid the insulin spike and the crash that follows, which is what makes you crave sugar or refined carbs for a quick fix. Almonds are a powerful anti-craving tool.
Okay, and finally, fish. The sources really emphasize this for fighting chronic inflammation.
We're talking about fatty fish here. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, they are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. These are absolutely non-negotiable for longevity.
Why? What are they building?
They're a crucial structural part of every cell membrane in your body, but especially in your brain and your eyes. When your cells incorporate omega-3s, they become more fluid, more responsive, and that reduces inflammation everywhere. DHA in particular is vital for your mood and for maintaining cognitive function as you get older.
This list gives such a clear roadmap. You're not just eating healthy, you're directly investing in less inflammation, a healthier brain, and a stronger heart.
And that brings us to a really important psychological piece of all this, the balance principle, because we are everything in balance, people. We are not, don't ever eat chocolate again, people.
That's probably the number one thing that trips people up, isn't it? That fear of restriction. You feel deprived, and then it all backfires.
It's what behavioral scientists call the what the hell effect.
Huh. I love that.
It's a real thing. You're super strict, then you have one piece of cake, and you feel like you failed, so you just go, what the hell, and eat the whole cake. And then abandon all your healthy habits. That's counter longevity.
So the goal isn't to eliminate, it's to moderate. You focus on maximizing the good stuff, which naturally leaves less room for the other stuff.
And you allow for the occasional treat without that spiral of guilt. Moderation is the key to psychological sustainability. The sources use chocolate as a perfect example. Enjoy it, savor it, just don't make it your breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That mindset shift is just, it's
Yeah.
foundational. Okay, let's move on to movement. Movement as gratitude, not punishment. This is another area where people get so intimidated.
Oh, totally. Because the cultural message is all about high intensity, pain, complication.
Go hard or go home.
Right. But the sources reframe it so brilliantly. We're not aiming for punishment. We're aiming for a gentle movement that makes the body feel happy. When you approach it from a place of gratitude, thanking your body for what it can do, you're so much more likely to stick with it.
And the focus is on things that are really accessible. Let's start with walking. The sources called it one of the best exercises ever created.
It really is a masterpiece of low-impact functionality. No equipment, gentle on the joints, which is so important as we age. but it also does things we rarely talk about.
Like what?
Well, for one, lymphatic drainage. Your lymphatic system is like your body's waste removal service, but it doesn't have a pump like your heart. It relies on muscle movement. Walking actively pumps that fluid and improves detoxification.
I had no idea.
And secondly, walking stimulates the production of synovial fluid in your joints. That's literally the fluid that lubricates your cartilage and reduces stiffness and arthritis risk.
And what about the brain benefits?
Huge. Walking increases blood flow to the brain, which boosts the production of something called BDNF.
Brain-derived neurotrophic factor.
You got it. Think of it like Miracle-Gro for your brain cells. It helps you grow new neurons and strengthens the ones you have. A 30-minute walk isn't just exercise, it is a full-on cognitive tune-up.
And the fact you can do it with a friend, which hits that social connection piece, it's the ultimate win-win.
A daily 20-minute walk is a vastly better longevity strategy than a punishing workout you only do once a month because you hate it.
Okay, let's talk about stretching. We mentioned it for the morning, but even just 5 minutes in the afternoon can have a big impact.
A huge impact. When we're physically tense, we're emotionally stressed. Stress tightens the muscles in our hips, our shoulders, our neck. Stretching is a deliberate act of letting that go.
And that sends a signal to the nervous system.
It sends an immediate signal of safety and relaxation. It's a quick reset button for both your body and your mind.
Now let's get into strength training because the sources were really clear on this. It is non-negotiable for positive aging.
This might be the single most important point for maintaining independence. We have to talk about sarcopenia.
Which is the natural loss of muscle as we age.
Exactly. It's this involuntary loss of muscle mass and strength, and it starts around age 30 and really speeds up after 50. And it doesn't just make you weaker. It tanks your metabolism, it increases your risk of falls, and it compromises your bone density.
It's like your functional reserve starts to shrink.
That's the perfect way to put it. And the really powerful, motivating news from the research is that muscle can be rebuilt at any age. Whether you're 50 or 95, your body can still build muscle if you give it resistance.
So this is where we blend strength training with that gentle philosophy. You don't need heavy barbells to start.
No, the focus is on functional strength. The sources gave two brilliant examples: chair squats and wall push-ups.
Let's explain the chair squat for someone who's maybe never done one.
It's the most fundamental human movement, sitting down and standing up. By practicing it, you build strength in your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, the critical muscles you need to walk, climb stairs, and prevent falls.
And you can start by using your hands to help you up.
You can, and then you slowly rely on them less. Or you use a lower chair. It's infinitely scalable. It's functional training disguised as a simple home exercise.
And wall push-ups take away the intimidation of a floor push-up.
They do. So many people can't do a floor push-up safely, but a wall push-up gives you all the upper body benefits for your chest, shoulders, arms, at an intensity you control just by how far you stand from the wall.
I love that image of someone doing them while they wait for the kettle to boil.
That's the secret. High compliance habits. If it's easy to start, you'll do it. And building strength is a direct investment in your future autonomy.
Okay, we've covered fuel and movement. Now we have to talk about the invisible forces. The repair and decay, sleep and stress.
These are the foundation, truly. All your other goals are built on top of this. The sources are clear. Sleep is the body's non-negotiable repair workshop.
And without it, you're fighting an uphill battle.
A constant battle against your own biology. Let's talk about the hormonal disruption, because that explains so much, like why you crave junk food after a bad night.
Okay, what's going on there?
It's a direct link. Sleep deprivation messes with two key hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin is the one that says, I'm hungry, and it spikes. Leptin, which says, I'm full, gets suppressed.
So you're hungrier and less satisfied.
Yes. The research shows you can eat hundreds of extra calories the next day without even realizing it, and your brain specifically craves quick energy, which means sugar and carbs.
So your diet goals are basically sabotaged before you even start the day.
Completely. And beyond that, poor sleep wrecks your insulin sensitivity, making your body worse at processing sugar. And then there's the glymphatic system.
Okay, what's the glymphatic system?
It's basically the brain's waste disposal system. During deep sleep, your brain cells actually shrink a little, opening up these channels that let fluid flush out metabolic waste.
What kind of waste?
Including beta amyloid proteins, which are the plaques linked to diseases like Alzheimer's. If you don't get enough deep sleep, your brain doesn't get cleaned properly.
Wow. So a lack of sleep is literally aging your brain prematurely.
At a cellular and neurological level, it has to be the highest leverage point for anyone starting a wellness journey. Moving your bedtime up by just 30 minutes can have a massive multiplier effect.
Okay, let's pivot to the other silent aging machine, stress. The sources said that chronic stress ages you more than the number of candles on your cake.
It's a stark but necessary wake-up call. We have to look at what chronic cortisol does. A little cortisol is fine, you need it. But when it's always elevated, it is so destructive.
What is the target?
First, inflammation just skyrockets. It weakens your immune system. Second, it encourages you to store visceral fat, that really dangerous fat around your organs. And third, it literally shortens your telomeres.
The protective caps on our DNA.
Exactly. And shorter telomeres mean your cells can't replicate as well. That is the definition of physical aging at the cellular level.
So that feeling of being constantly on or burnt out is physically breaking you down.
It is. And the most dangerous part of it all is what the research calls the normalization trap. We've just accepted that constant low-level stress is normal. It's not. It's undermining every single thing we do for our health.
So we need simple, immediate tools. The sources mentioned the 4-6 breathing technique.
Yes, and this isn't complicated meditation. This is a direct physiological hack.
So it's inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6. Why is that extended exhale so powerful?
Because the long exhale directly stimulates your vagus nerve.
The superhighway of the rest and digest system.
That's the one. When you manually activate it with a long exhale, you're telling your entire body to shift out of stress mode and into calm mode. It also helps release a neurotransmitter called GABA, which slows down brain activity. It's an instant calming effect.
So if you're stuck in traffic or feeling anxious, you can use this. You can do it right now.
You can. It proves you're not just a passive victim of stress. You can actively manage your own physiological response. That is a huge lever for anti-aging.
Let's move into our final section, where we go beyond just physical health. We're talking about the mental and social pillars. And we start with this idea that curiosity is profoundly anti-aging.
The brain really does operate on a use it or lose it principle. And keeping it young isn't about solving complex physics problems. It's about learning new things, reading, playing games, gently challenging it in new ways.
We're talking about neuroplasticity, right? The brain's ability to rewire itself.
Exactly. It's not about how smart you are. It's about how much novelty you give your brain. Take a new route to work, try a new recipe, use a language app for 10 minutes. You force your brain to fire in a new way. That cognitive reserve is strongly linked to delaying age-related decline.
And from the mind, the sources pivot to social ties, connection. This is so often overlooked in health plans.
And it's one of the most powerful predictors of lifespan. The danger of loneliness is not just about feeling sad. It is a measurable health risk. Some studies say it's equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
That's staggering.
It's because when we're isolated, the body sees it as a chronic threat. It keeps cortisol elevated. It impairs your immune system. Loneliness is a state of chronic inflammation.
And on the flip side, community friendships, conversation, belonging, it literally adds years to your life.
It does. Positive social interaction releases oxytocin and endorphins. It lowers your blood pressure, it lowers your heart rate, it directly fights the effects of stress. Our relationships are just as vital as our vegetable intake.
So here's a simple, actionable step. Think of one person you've been meaning to call. Send them a text right now. That act is directly protecting your health.
It's a powerful reminder that we're holistic beings.
The source has also touched on prevention and posture. Let's start with checkups. They're reframed not as something to fear, but as an act of intelligence.
That mindset shift is so critical. Use the analogy of changing the oil in your car. You don't wait until the engine is smoking.
Right.
Your body is infinitely more precious. Prevention is about getting a baseline, knowing your numbers for cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, so that if something starts to go wrong, you catch it early.
When it's a small, manageable problem, not a crisis.
Exactly. Early detection saves lives and quality of life. It is the ultimate long-term investment.
And then there's posture. I bet half our listeners just sat up a little straighter.
And they should. Poor posture. Hunching over a screen, it compresses your lungs so you get less oxygen. It strains your neck and shoulders, creating chronic tension. It is a massive, hidden energy drain.
You're basically fighting gravity all day.
You are. Whereas good posture is mechanically efficient. It lets your skeleton do the work. It maximizes your lung capacity. You feel more alert and less tired. It's an immediate self-correction with huge returns.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle. The ultimate component, purpose. The source has made a pretty stunning claim here. Purpose keeps you alive longer than vitamins.
This is where everything else comes together and finds its meaning. You can have the perfect diet and exercise plan, but if you wake up every day feeling like there's no point, the spark just isn't there.
And purpose doesn't have to be this grand, world-changing thing, does it?
Not at all. It's completely subjective. It's your reason for engaging with the world. It could be a hobby you love, mentoring someone, caring for a garden, a small personal dream. It's about having a sense of meaning in your daily life.
So the key is just having a reason to get out of bed, something to look forward to.
That internal drive is a powerful buffer against stress and depression. The research shows that older adults with a high sense of purpose have better immune function and lower rates of heart disease. When you have a reason to live, those gentle daily habits stop being chores.
They become critical investments in that future you want.
It's a virtuous cycle. The healthy habits give you the energy to pursue your purpose, and your purpose gives you the motivation to keep up the habits.
Yeah.
That's the system for a life well lived.
This has been such a profound deep dive. We've seen that quality of life starts now, that the body responds so quickly to gentle signals like water and sunlight, that real food is the best builder, and movement should be gratitude.
And that sleep and stress are the foundation, while connection and purpose give it all meaning.
The common thread through all of it is accessibility
Right.
and consistency. None of this requires a massive sacrifice.
But it does require intention. They're gentle, they're doable, and they're designed to give you that quick, positive feedback that keeps you going.
So as we wrap up, here's our challenge to you. Based on everything we've talked about, water, walking, breathing, berries, connection, purpose, what is one small habit you're willing to start this week?
And remember the rule. It has to be gentle and highly doable. No heroic efforts.
Start with the lowest possible barrier.
Right. Is it just getting 5 minutes of sun on your face when you wake up? Replacing one snack with almonds? Doing 2 cycles of 4-6 breathing before a stressful meeting? Pick one, just one, and do it for 7 days.
And as we close, let's leave you with one final thought, based on that idea that movement is gratitude. If you use that principle, what is one simple thing you could do right now to thank your body for everything it does for you?
It could be 5 gentle chair squats to thank your legs for carrying you, or just 1 minute of stretching for release the tension in your shoulders. It's just a small act of acknowledgement, a tiny investment in your most valuable asset. Invest in it gently, consistently, and with gratitude.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.